Now I am starting this software engineering class, fourth lesson, chapter system engineering chapter. Now this chapter I'm starting this one, software engineering, fifth lesson, fourth lesson. Previous class software engineering practice is completed. Here now system engineering. Now what is it? First, before software can be engineered, the system which is resides must be understood. Accomplish the overall objective of the system must be determined here. Here the role of the software, hardware and software people, database procedures and other elements must be identified. Next, first, what does it? System engineer works to understand the system requirements by working with the customer and future users and other stakeholders. Next, first one is computer based systems here. Computer based system now. Here the word system is possibly to be overused and abused term in the technical version. Here the dictionary defines that this computer based set of arrangement of things so related as to form the utility or organic whole, set of facts and principal rules. Here software, what is software here? Software is the computer programs, data structure and related work products that serve to effect the logical method, procedure or control that is required. Here computer based systems, hardware is there, software is there, different terms we can use. First, next, hardware. Hardware is electronic devices providing computing capability. The interconnectivity devices, network switches and telecommunication devices enable a flow of data, and electromechanical devices, sensors and motors, all these things. Pumps, these are different hardware devices. Next, peoples are users, operators and hardware and software. Next, database. It is a large organized collection of information that is accessed via software, persists over time. Database nothing but large collection of information accessed by the software. Next, documentation. Documentation is a descriptive information, models, specification and hard copy of manuals. Online help files or website, all these things. Next, procedures. The steps to define the specific use of each of the system element or procedural context in which the system resides. Next, system engineering hierarchy. System engineering encompasses collection of top-down and bottom-up methods to navigate hierarchy. This hierarchy consists of the world view, and domain view, element view, and detail view. World view consists of business or product domain, and domain view consists of system element, and element view consists of all the elements. Detail view are linked to this element view. This is a top down and bottom up two approaches are there. Now system engineering process mainly begins with the world view. That is, entire business or product domain is examined to ensure a proper business or technology context can be established. The world view is refined to focus more fully on the specific domain of interest. With specific domain, the need of targeted elements are data, software, hardware, and people. The analysis, design, construction of target element is initiated. It is the top of the hierarchy. The worldview is a composite of set of domains, which can be system or system of systems in its own right. Here worldview equal to composite set of domains. Here worldview is a composite set of domains. Here set of domains linked with the worldview. Each domain is a composite set of elements, each of which serves some role accomplished with the objective and goals of the domain to be or component. Domain consists of specific elements, composite specific elements. Domain consists of elements linked to the elements, set of elements. Finally, each element is implemented by specifying technical components. Elements is implemented by specific components, technical components. Element is a set of components linked to the software context. Component must be a computer program. Component must be the computer program. Or reusable program. Module or class or object or even programming statement like this. Like that, hierarchy is the top down approach. Next one is system modeling. Here system modeling is an important element in the system engineering process. Whether it is focused on the world view or detail view, engineer creates a model that describes the process that serves the need of the view under consideration. Here it represents the behavior of the process and assumptions on which the behavior based. Next, explicitly both the exogenous input endogenous input with model represents the all linking output and enables the engineers to better understand the view. Here, to construct the system model, the engineer must consider the different factors like assumptions and specifications, limitations, constraints, preferences, all these things. Assumptions nothing but reduce the number of possible permutations and variations. Simplification nothing but enable the model to create the timely manner. Limitation nothing but help to bound the system. Next, constraints nothing but will guide the manner in which the model create the approach taken when the model implemented. Preferences indicate the preference architecture for the data and functions technology and the technology. Resultant model can be called for the completely automated situation, semi-automated solution. These are the different factors. Steering factors. Like modeling can be done by factors. Next one is system simulation. Many computer-based systems interact with the real world in relative fashion. That is, real world events are monitored by hardware and software that form the computer-based system. Based on these events, the real world events is nothing but based on this it imposes the control of machines, processes, and even people who cause the event to occur. Real time and embedded systems often fall into the reactive system category. This system simulation based on only real time events like embedded systems, real time embedded systems. Many systems in this reactive category control the machines and the process. Example, the commercial aircraft and petroleum references, all these things must operate with an extremely high degree of reliability. If the system fails, significant economic or human loss could occur. For this reason, system modeling and system simulation tools are to be built. These tools are applied during the system engineering process while the role of hardware and software databases are being specified. Modeling and simulation tools enable the system engineer to test drive the specification of the system. Next one is business process engineering. Business process engineering, BPE. The goal of BPE is business process engineering. Define the architecture that will enable the business to use the information effectively. When taking the world view of the company information technology needs, there is a little doubt that the system engineering is required. Not only the specification of the appropriate computing architecture required, but the software architecture populates the organization unique configuration of computing the resources must be developed. Business process engineering is one approach for creating the overall plan for implementing the computing architectures. Here different architectures are available, designed within the context of business objectives and goals. Data architecture and applications architecture, technology infrastructure. Here these are different architectures must be designed for business objectives and goals. Data architecture provides the framework for the information needs of business and business function. Individual building blocks of architecture of data objects that are used by the business. Data object contains set of attributes define some aspects, quality and characteristics. Here once set of data objects can be defined, the relationship can be identified. Relationship indicates how the objects are connected to one another. Take example of relationship. Consider two objects, customer and product A. Two objects can be connected to a relationship purchases. It is customer purchases product A or product A is purchased by the customer. Data objects flow between the business functions and organization within the database. Next, application architecture. This is a data architecture consists of the customer and relationship between the data objects. Next, application architecture. These are the elements that of the system transform the objects within the data architecture for some business purpose. In the context of book, we consider the application architecture to be the system of the programs or software that can be performed by this transformation. However, in broad context, application architecture may incorporate the role of people who are information transformers and users as business procedures that have not been automated. Like a application software that perform the transformation. It incorporates the role of people who are information transformers and users and business procedures that have not been automated. Next, technology infrastructure. It provides the foundation for the data and application architecture. Technology infrastructure provides the foundation of the data and application architecture. The infrastructure foundation for data and application architecture. The infrastructure encompasses the hardware and software that are used to support the application and data. Technology infrastructure. It composes hardware and software that is used to support the application and data, include the computer, operating system, network, telecommunication links and storage technologies. Architecture, client server has been designed to implement these technologies. It includes the computers, operating system, network, telecommunication links, storage technologies has been designed to implement the technologies. For implementing business process engineering, these technologies can be included. Like a business process engineering completed. For business process engineering, some hierarchy also there. Here first one is information strategy planning, word view, and domain view is the business area analysis. Next, business system design, element view, construction and integration, detailed view. Like 4 views are. This is a software engineering. These two. First one is information strategy planning, word view. domain view as a business area analysis. These last two views are the software engineering type. This hierarchy of business process engineering. Next one is product engineering. Here the goal of product engineering is to translate the customer desire for the set of defined capabilities into the working product. To achieve this goal, the product engineering, like a business process engineering, here product engineering is to translate the customer desire to the set of defined capabilities into working product. To achieve this goal, product engineering, like business process engineering, must derive the architecture and infrastructure. The architecture comprises 4 distinct system components like software, hardware and data and people. The support infrastructure is to be established to include the technology required for the components together, like information, document, CD, video, all these things used to support the components. Here for this one we take the figure. This one word view is achieved through the requirement engineering. Word view achieved by requirement engineering for the product engineering, and the overall requirements of the product are to be elicited from the customer. The requirement encompasses the information and control needs. Here requirement engineering can be linked with the component engineering in the domain view, and this component engineering can be linked with the element view, analysis and design modeling. Here this element view can be again linked with the product components. This is the construction and integration section, like a detailed view. Like this product engineering can be done. In the domain view, the business process, business area can be done in the domain view. Here the component engineering can be done in the product view. Product engineering in the domain view. Next, system modeling. Next, system modeling. Here system modeling nothing but because the system can be represented by different levels. Different levels represented by different levels of abstraction. The word view, domain view and element view. System models tend to be hierarchical or layered in nature. At the top of the hierarchy model of the complete system presentation is a word view, data objects and processing functions. Finally, the system models involve the engineering models. These are specified to the appropriate engineering discipline. Here are some different modeling principles. Modelings are there. Hartley and Firby modeling. Every computer-based system can be modeled as an information transform using the input-output template. Hartley and Firby have extended this view into the 2 additional system features: user interaction processing and maintenance and self-testing processing. Although these additional features are not present in every computer-based system, These two additionals are user interface processing and maintenance, and self-testing process. Self-test processing. These are the additional features of this modeling. Using this representation of input and processing, output and user interface processing, and self-testing processing, the system engineer can create the model of the system components that set a foundation for the later steps of each engineering disciplines. Here, to develop the system model template can be used. System model template. System engineer allocate the system elements to each of the 5 processing regions within the template, like user interface region, input region, system function and control, output, and maintenance of self-test. Here, system context diagram can be inserted on the top of the hierarchy. Here, context diagram can be established the information boundary between the system being implemented and the environment in the system in which the system to be operated. Here they have given some diagram, system context diagram for CLSS. Here this diagram can be divided into 4 major elements, 5 major elements. Top segments represents the user interface processing, and left and right segments dealing input and output processing. Central segment contain the process and control functions. Bottom segment focus on the maintenance and self-test. Each box in the figure represents the external entity. User interface processing is the top one. Sorting station operator. Next one is conveyor lines sorting system and the sorting station operator. Here the barcode reader can be linked, conveyor line can be linked, sorting mechanism linked, mainframe linked, all these are linked. Next, output processing. Next one is building a SFD hierarchy. SFD nothing but system flow diagram. The major subsystem can be defined in a system flow diagram that is derived from the SCD, system context diagram. System flow diagram can be done by top level architecture flow diagram, AFD, and then AFD for the AFD for B can be linked. We take 3 elements ABC. I like this model. And next model is system modeling with the UML. UML provides a wide array of diagrams used for analysis and design for both system and software. For CLSS system, 4 important system elements can be used here. CLSS processor, and this is linked with the deployment diagram for the CLSS. Linked with sorting subsystems and operator display. This sorting subsystem linked to the sensor data subsystem and shunt controller. This is linked with the shunt accurator. The sensor data linked with the barcode reader and the Conway Plus technology. Take This is a deployment diagram. Here UML can be used for the diagrams, deployment diagrams, and the activity diagrams. For activity diagrams also we can use the UML system modeling. The activity diagram, here the start of conveyor line can be, and then it is by the ellipse, and it is linked with the read barcode and get conveyor speed. Read barcode can be linked with the determine bin location set for the reject bin. It is like a if else loop, condition loop, and then linked with the send shunt control data. Like for this one we can use the UML diagrams, activity diagrams, and deployment diagrams. And then class diagram, UML class diagram is also used, like representation. Class diagram consists of class name, attributes, and operations. Class name is box, attributes are barcode and height, weight, depth. Operations are read barcode, update speed, update location, all these things. Like class diagram. And next one is use case diagram for the class operator. Here use case class operator can be linked with the request barcode, request shunt operation, all systems, request box processing report. Like use case diagrams can be used. Like this chapter completed, system engineering. Next chapter is a requirement engineering chapter. This we will discuss in the next class. The requirement engineering bits to design and construction will be the topic is there. Requirement engineering topics are there. Inception, illustration, negotiation, validation, all these things are there. And illustrating requirements topic is there. Okay, subscribe to my channel.